Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about X method where A is greater than 1. So we've already done X method where A is equal to 1. Now we're kind of putting those extra steps on it. So first thing to do is write down all your steps. That way you have them. So if you get confused, you can look back to them. So label A, B, and C. Draw an X. Now on top, you're going to do A times C instead of just C. On bottom, you still have B. Find the factors of the top that give you the sum of the bottom. Write your factors. Divide the factors by A. Simplify the fraction. Place the denominator with the X. So those are the new steps. And then point of reference, always check for a GCF first. Now we're going to start getting into multi-step. So you really need to check for that GCF first. Example 1. 3x squared minus 2x minus 5. First thing we're going to do, label A, B, and C. So 3, -2, and -5. -2 goes on bottom because it's B. And then A times C goes on top. So 3 times -5 is -15. For this one, it just so happened to work out that -5 and 3 are my sums that give me, are my factors that give me -15, but also add to give me -2. So sometimes it works out really nicely like that. The next one we're going to do, it won't work out like that. And then we write our factors, x minus 5, x plus 3. This is where you are not done. This is not the answer. If I FOIL out, so x squared plus 3x minus 5x minus 15, it does simplify to give me x squared minus 2x minus 15. However, if I look, these don't match. So therefore, it's not my answer. The point of factoring is to get is to undistribute or unfactor. Like what two things did I multiply to get to that thing? So what two binomials did I multiply to get that trinomial? So those don't match. So now what I'm going to do is actually keep these factors, and each one I'm going to divide by A. A is 3. And the reason why I'm dividing is because I multiplied by this. Okay, so the next step. You cannot leave this x minus 5/3 times x plus 3/3. That, if you look at your original problem, 3x squared minus 2x minus 5, we don't have any fractions. So if we FOILed this, we would end up with fractions, and we don't want that. So what are we going to do? We're going to look at our new problems, and we're going to simplify first. So simplify, and then if we cannot simplify, we are actually going to move the denominator to where the x is. So I already have an arrow pointing from 3 to the x. So I'm going to write 3x minus 5 for that first one because 5/3 can't subtract. The minus sign is going to stay with the top number. And then 3/3 simplifies to 1, so x plus 1. And that's my actual answer. Okay, next we have 10x cubed plus 38x squared plus 24x. So first thing I notice, all 3 terms have an x. All 3 terms are even. So I know there is a GCF. So I'm going to take out the GCF. If you're not sure what it is, these are all even. So I can take out a 2 at least. So I'm actually going to take out a 2 and an x because I know that all 3 of them have x's. All 3 are even, so 2x. And then I'm going to get my new problem, 5x squared plus 19x plus 12. Now, that factor 2x needs to stay with me this entire time. So I end up with 2x down at the bottom. I'm going to write it where I would write my answer because I want that to be with my final answer. If I do not put that in front, then my final answer is wrong. So now we're going to label A, B, and C from our new problem. So A is 5, B is 19, C is 12. So what goes on bottom? 19. What goes on top? 5 times 12. which is 60. Okay, so I noticed for this one, 5 and 12 do not give me 19. 5 plus 12 gives me 17. So now I gotta find new factors. Well, if I do 30 and 2, 32, that doesn't work. You can try really any other factors that you know for 60. 60 and 1, that's 61. However, I know that 4 and 15 will actually multiply to give me 60, and they will also add to give me 19. So those are my two factors. So remember, we're not done. What do we need to do? We need to divide by a. So what is a? It's 5. So I'm going to divide the 4 and the 15 by 5. I look at that 4/5, it cannot simplify, so what do I do with that denominator? It can't stay with the 4, so it's going to need to move up with the x. And then this side, I can simplify 15 by 5. It's 3. So I have 5x plus 4, and then x plus 3. And remember that 2x goes all the way out front, and that whole thing is my answer. Okay, and that is it for that. So